Joey, 500. Got some goats in the field.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, my doing? Kick Digba here. Welcome to the Philly Shakedown post-game show. First one of the year. Eagles, Ravens. And tonight, the Eagles might have lost 20-19. But I think there's a lot of major battles that we did win, I should say. Joey, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. Definitely a lot to evaluate today. A lot that we've seen from the whole roster today. Unfortunately for me, I had a technical issue today, so I wasn't able to watch a lot of the game. But I listened on radio and stuff for a bit. So definitely a lot to unveil with some positions here, and where this roster is kind of unveiling now. So,
well, if you were stuck listening to the Baltimore Ravens announcers, you didn't miss nothing because they stink. They were horrible. They wouldn't even talk about anything. Like even when Sean Bradley got hurt, they wouldn't even tell you there was an injured player. It was like, oh, it was so annoying. Jadis Young, what's going on? Elmer, what's going on? John, B-Walk, Donnie, a lot of people in here. Steve is here. Ref Taco, I see. Anybody that I'm missing, I apologize. But thank you guys for being here. And listen, the first thing I got to say is it's preseason. It's preseason. People get way too caught up in what the final score is in preseason, especially when you talk about the fourth quarter, where most of those players will not even be on the roster. They will not even be on the roster, So people got to understand that. The Eagles didn't start their starters. The Ravens didn't start their starters. So we got to stay that from from the get-go. But I will say this. To me, watching, and this was the most important thing that I took out of this, was Jalen Carter basically grabbing with one arm, throwing an offensive lineman to the side, going up and almost breaking Josh Johnson in half. Showed me what a beast Jalen Carter is going to be. I mean, in like 3 plays into the preseason game, he goes out and makes a huge impact. Did you get a chance to see that play by chance?
no, the Jalen Carter play.
Yeah. The Jalen Carter.
It pretty much just how you said it. Like one arm, the offensive lineman, and just went after Johnson. I mean, it was as advertised as we were hearing throughout throughout training camp of how powerful he is and how guards have to game plan against him. Yep. And I mean, that's all I need to see. That was really it. So they, good they take him out. I want to see more, but obviously, got to keep guys healthy. So it was great.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was awesome. Jalen Carter. I mean, Jalen Carter. What a way to start out. There's a lot that I like. There was a lot I liked. There were some things that I was very concerned about. The linebacking position concerns me. You start off the game. Christian Ellis, he had a chance to blow up a play in the backfield. Flat out misses a tackle. I thought coverage wasn't that great. I actually thought Nicholas Morrow played pretty good. Thought he was one of the better linebackers out there on the field. But linebackers still scare me. But Jalen Carter, even like some people were talking about Nolan Smith. I thought Nolan Smith did fine for his first time, especially not after playing for however long, Dre, too, thank you for super chat. He goes, yo, Sidney Brown looks good. 9 solo tackles. Yeah, I thought Sidney Brown was good as well. Yeah. I got some of the stats here, so I'll let's see if they keep these first of all. Sometimes they don't even keep these stats in these games. Let's see if there's a box score. No, I got no box score here.
None.
Yeah, they don't even keep them. a lot like the NFL Network. They won't even keep it, or the Eagles might. I can go to the web page real quick. Let me see if they have it. But a lot of times they don't keep the score in these. Let's see. They have a game book, no box score. I don't see one. But yeah, I mean, I thought City Brown was really good. I'll say this: like if you go back to the first half, Jalen Carter early on, Jalen Carter and DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift comes out, runs the ball a couple times. Then he makes a play where he cuts back and he goes for like 30 yards. They got him. They took him right out of the game. That was it, dude. They were done. They saw enough. DeAndre Swift will be the number one running back on this team. I predict.
Yeah, those reports the other day were kind of like just based off of like statistics during training camp is telling you that Kenneth Gainwell is the primary back right now. And because they didn't run with DeAndre Swift that much in training camp, that he is the top back that's getting the ball thrown to him right now, that he won't be the focal point, which they're not going to show you everything. And I mean, you can't go off training camp statistics, you know what I mean? So just that one play alone, that quick cut that he did, went to the outside, went upfield, and then just hit somebody in the mouth on top of it. That was all I really needed to see. Keep this man healthy, keep him there, So yeah, I loved it. Absolutely. Loved it.
Yeah. DeAndre Swift purely has explosion. He to me is your explosive player. So I saw that from Jalen Carter and him right away. I was pretty happy. I was pretty happy with seeing that. Nolan Smith, I thought, there was a couple rushes where I thought he was getting close to the quarterback. He got a hit on. There was one play where the guy face masked. It should have been hands to the face. They did not call it. But I think that we got to remember with Nolan Smith, you got to give him time. Like some of these guys, you got to give him time. He hasn't played like a year. He's coming off an injury, and he's going to the NFL. So I mean, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Why wasn't Jalen Hurts? The Eagles didn't play their starters. I thought they would play at least one series, but they didn't. Tim says, Phil and Joey, who's impressed you the most in this game? Expected, unexpected. I'll tell you this. My expected guys that I thought would impress me are the two guys we just talked about, Jalen Carter and DeAndre Swift. I expected them to make an impact in this game, and to me, they did. The two guys that surprised the hell out of me, Tanner McKee, the quarterback. It was shades of Nick Foles when Nick Foles was a rookie. That's why I was having flashbacks to Nick Foles. Tanner McKee and Eli Ricks. I thought both those guys really impressed me a lot. Eli Ricks with a pick six. He is tall and lanky, and he's definitely going to be a player. I like him. Tanner McKee really impressed me. The way he stands in the pocket. He just stood in the pocket on third down. It was a 3rd and 11. He just stood in the pocket. It was collapsing, and he fired a strike to Johnny King, the wide receiver. And I thought he did a great job. So I thought McKee was really – look, Mariota stunk in the past. Like, Mariota missed wide open people.
Yeah.
Wide open. He could not throw the ball. And this has been the problem we've been hearing about him at camp, is that he's having problems throwing the ball. Tanner McKee was a better passer, in my opinion. East Coast Gridiron said, love Tanner in college, got a bad rap. I'm not sure of the rap, but man, he impressed me tonight. I wasn't expecting that, and he looked really good. Obviously it's preseason stuff, but I mean, I didn't expect that. So that was good, and I thought some of the receivers were pretty good. This Cleveland kid,
Tyler Cleveland.
I thought he made some nice plays. Joseph Degata had a nice pass. They called a pass interference on him, which sucked. And I thought Greg Ward Jr., you can't forget Greg Ward Jr. is still there, man. He made some good plays too. Yeah.
Totally shows up.
Yeah. Brian says, I get Mariota runs, but McKee can get the ball too. Talent. Yeah, he is. He's got something to work with. You can definitely develop that kid. He's 6'6". Then Ian Book was the worst. That was like Chase Daniels flashbacks. That was horrible. He stinks. Ian Book couldn't throw. All he did was run. It was brutal. Frank says, someone asked Mark Holmes on the screen today what he thinks about Joey, and he responded, who's that? Mark says that to everybody. He says that to me about me. Joey says, Tanner had a terrible, awful team at Stanford. Well, he showed me tonight, man.
Well, that's an issue too with like quarterbacks in preseason. Like it's tough for these receivers to get good looks, and like it's if you have a horrible quarterback that's playing in the second to fourth quarter or something like that, it's hard for these guys to get good looks with to make the roster, or at least to get evaluated by the whole league to make a team. So to have a guy like this throwing the way he was throwing tonight was really good. was awesome. It makes everybody look great. He made a lot of receivers look good today. No lie.
Yeah.
So.
I really liked them. Webb for Davis Super Chat. He goes, Joey, what did you think of Sidney Brown's safety play?
Yeah, it was making a bunch of tackles today. Like I feel like it's still a wait and see approach with the safety spot right now. I feel like there's still a lot of competition there. Kavon Wallace made a couple plays here and there, so it's still very early with that spot right now.
Yeah, Kavon Wallace was very, very good. It was nice to see him out there. He made like 2 or 3 tackles in a row. And Sidney Brown, I thought was pretty good too.
Definitely.
Phil Milligan, David Super Chat goes, plus side is Barnett didn't get a flag, I think. No, he didn't get a flag. That's true. That's true. We're lucky about that. East Coast Gridiron says, you got to take the positive out of every performance. Look at Russ in Seattle years ago. You got to love the fight regardless of the situation. Yeah, totally agree with you. I totally agree. You have to. Let's see. Joey says, we got 2 quarterbacks who can't throw the ball, Book and Mariota. I mean, the thing with Mariota is I believe he can throw the ball somewhere there. I mean, like people were talking like, will he lose his second, his backup? He's not going to lose the backup job to Tanner McKee. Tanner McKee is a guy that you want to develop. But, man, Mariota, there was some wide open guys, man. He's only had 3
good camp practices, really. He hasn't really had like a good camp. It hasn't been a great camp for him. It hasn't.
Yeah.
So
yeah. 610 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new, hit that like, make sure you subscribe. East Coast Gridiron said he likes Eli. He knows. I mean, he does a lot of stuff. You guys could check East Coast Gridiron channel. They do a lot of work with the draft and stuff. They do a ton of work on the draft, and they know these college guys. So definitely check them out. But he says Eli Ricks should have been drafted. I was super high on him. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't get drafted, but I was very happy when we got him, and he didn't disappoint. He's a player. I really think so.
I know Eli Ricks was injured a lot. I know he was injured a lot in college, so that could have been a reason why as well. But very, very competitive. I mean, almost had 2 picks. Had the pick 6, but then almost had another pick.
I loved the pick 6 comes back. He breaks up a big 3rd down play. That's the other pick he could have. And then he gets up and he starts yapping at the receiver. I loved it. I loved it. Radiation Boss David Super Chat. He goes, how was the protection with the backup lineman? I thought it wasn't that great. I mean, I'm talking not so much to start. I think especially later in the game, I think there was some problems there. They showed Stoutland. The one time I did get to see the Eagle sideline, Stoutland was pissed off. He was pissed. Evil was a Alucard 13 game. David Super Chat goes, happy 3,578th birthday to Jerry Jones. Yes, it's Jerry Jones's birthday. He's 3,579 years old. Happy birthday to him. It's got to be tough to be 3,580 years old. Definitely. Cut Penny says Eagle for life. Now, I'm going to say this, and I don't know if people are going to agree with this or not, but just in terms, and I'm only speaking in terms of tonight and what we saw tonight's game, I didn't think all that much of Rashad Penny. I thought Sermon looked better than him. I thought he looked like he had no speed, had no burst. I'm just saying, it's just one game. It's just this preseason. I'm not talking about anything in the past or that he's done. I'm just saying this one game. I was more I liked Sermon more than I liked Penny.
The reports came out during camp that it looked like Trey Sermon was not being treated like a backup. Trey Sermon is going to be on an NFL roster by the time this is all over. Whether the Eagles keep him and cut somebody else or he goes somewhere else, there's a big chance, because I feel like, and I agree with you, Penny wasn't really that. It didn't wow you today. It didn't wow you off of one game. But why are they using Trey Sermon? Why are they putting him in every position possible? I mean, they're even using him for kick returns right now, which is very odd. I don't know why.
And he didn't look good at kickoff.
He didn't. But Sermon's going to get Sermon. There could be a competition for. They're not keeping 5 running backs. I think we could kind of see that right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's 4. I think it's 4. And Penny, it felt like, because he played pretty much the whole half. Like they really want to take a deep look at him. They got DeAndre Swift out of there pretty quick. I mean, he broke that play, man. You saw the explosion. You know what you kind of got with him.
Right.
Which King of Agmore, man? Thank you for super chat. He goes, "What is the cornerback room looking like in your opinion?" I have us keeping Slay, Bradbury, Job, Ringo, McPherson, and Ricks. So you guys keeping
Maddox
6
in there.
Yeah, you got to keep him. Well, that's 6, but yeah, you got to have Maddox in there. So you'd have to keep 7. See, that's going to be tough, because I'll tell you this. Joe, I like Job. Job, you could tell he's a player. Okay. And then
Ringo got toasted today.
Ringo got toasted, but he came back and he made a great play at the drive after that. So I give him credit.
Okay.
McPherson really didn't see much of anything from him.
No.
And then Rick's to pick 6. So I mean, they probably keep 6. But one of those guys is going to be gone. The question is will they look at a guy like Grix and say we can clear him through waivers and get him to the practice squad or not? That's going to be the question. But I agree. I really liked some of the defensive backs played. Even with even that was that Mekhi Gardner kid. He made some nice plays. I mean, Ringo allowed the touchdown, but man, I like the way he came back and broke up a 3rd down play too. So, and then Josh Jobe, I thought he made a great play. They called the hold on him. But it's going to be interesting. Tim, thank you for the super chat, my man. Thank you so much. He goes, it's so relaxing when all the illiterate Cowboy fans aren't on here typing jealous comments. Oh, you should have seen them in the stream. They were sitting there talking their shit. Oh, it was, and thank you for super chat. It was crazy. It was crazy. 2057 Couch Girls, we going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, 2057. Rashad Penny. We're talking about Rashad Penny, the running back. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not going to judge him on anything in the past or what he can do. I'm just saying on this one game, I was like, dude looks slow. Like he looks like he's got no birth. He can't hit the holes. But he also did come on. I guess he did have a 9-yard run that was nice. So, he also is coming back from injury. So, you just got to give these guys time sometimes.
I mean, it could be the lineup, could be offensive line, it could be blocking scheme, it could be, I don't know, it could be a lot of different things. So, like for one preseason game, it can't be, I'm not saying that Penny's going to get cut, or maybe there is a competition between Sermon and Penny, but they could like Sermon a lot. He could be more of an explosive back right now. I have no idea, just gotta give him more time, because it's gonna be a hard decision, because if Sermon leaves, he's gonna get a roster spot somewhere else. It's gonna happen. So
yeah. I mean, clearly the depth chart, and I'm assuming the depth chart is Gainwell, both Scott, Swift, and then Penny. I think that's, if I had to guess based upon the way they played the guys, that would be the depth chart. I don't think Scott I don't think either of those guys keep DeAndre Swift down by the time it's all said and done.
Right.
Sean Johnson, thank you for super chat. He goes, I was at the game. Ian Book needs to get cut. Yeah, Ian Book stinks. He stinks. He's a camp body, though. They're going to play him. The 3rd preseason game is going to be miserable, because he's going to probably take every snap. Like, if it was me, I'd cut him, and I'd just let Tanner McKee play the rest of the preseason. I wouldn't just let that guy play. He was great. It was like it was entertaining with him. I was like, it wasn't like a boring preseason game while he was out there. It was fun. You know, I like the kid.
Yeah, he's got no athletic ability, no doubt, but the guy can throw the ball really well.
Yeah.
So
the 19th bronzeman says there's no way Ricks clears waivers to get to yeah, you might be right. It might not happen. I mean, but you're gonna have a hard decision then because you got Bradbury, you got Avonte Maddox, you got Slay, then you got Job, right? He's definitely your fourth. Then you got what? McPherson. He's kind of your slot receiver, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have Eli Ricks. I mean, how you got to keep it. What are you going to do at Ringo? Ringo's playing corner right now. So how are you going to? There's no way they can keep all these guys. You know?
Yeah,
no. Clark says, you all thought Swifty was good behind the second, third string offensive line. Wait till Jason Kelsey is out front and Lane Johnson allows him to break an 80 yard. Oh, I know.
That was the second line. That's crazy, though. That's
thing was, I mean, it was a great run because he takes the handoff. There's nothing there. He cuts it back to his left, and he just boom. He hits it like 30 yards downfield. And then he was out. It was out. He was out of the game. They had to go, okay, that's enough. We get this guy out. Had to. But man, it was awesome.
Mm.
Imagine a 6th-round running back doing better than Swift. I don't see that happening. I didn't see that happening at all.
Not even.
I don't know. Sometimes as Cowboy fans, I think they just throw shit out there. Like they don't even know what they're saying. It's like like they're trying to make a big deal. We got Deuce Vaughn. They're coming to my chat. We got Deuce Vaughn. I'm like the little guy. That was your best draft pick. Mozzie Smith stunk tonight. He got hit off the line. He's sitting there going like this after 2 plays. He's tired, done. I'm like, this guy got nothing. Robert Davis Super Chat. He goes, Sidney Brown, boy, can he hit? Fan of Nagata. I like Nagata too. Sidney Brown, he's a heat-seeking missile, man. He's a heat-seeking missile. I really liked him. I even liked the way that I forget the guy's name.
Moro Ojomo.
I liked the way he played. I thought he played decent. He was getting some penetration, pause, and I thought he made some plays. I thought there were a couple times that they didn't call holds that were clearly he was being held. But I thought he was pretty good too. So I was kind of happy with him. I was happy with Eli Ricks. I was very happy with Sidney Brown. Trying to think who else. Some of those receivers, like the Cleveland kid. I mean, I thought he played really well. And I thought the one Johnny King kid had one opportunity catch. He had a nice catch downfield. And I still like Joseph Nagata. So I like some of the young receivers.
Yeah, Johnny.
Oz didn't play though. I assume him.
Yeah, why?
Tied for I guess him or Quez are both tied for the slot receiving position. I guess. I don't know.
It's kind of weird, but
Nakobe Dean didn't play either. He didn't even dress.
He needs to play. I don't know why they kept him out. I don't know why they kept him out. That was a bad move. They should have.
I'm worried about the linebackers. I am. I'm very worried about the linebacker situation.
Yeah.
I think they're thin. I'm not sure what we got. And I think a lot of that is going to depend on what Nakobe Dean gives us. Like he's got to be the guy. LB and Fitz Transport, man. Thank you so much for Super Chat. Sorry, long day. What's going on, fellas? Jalen Carter is going to be a wrecking ball. The league better watch. Man, Jalen Carter grabbed the offensive lineman and just boom. It was like Reggie White used to do. Boom, moved him out of the way, and then went and almost put Josh Johnson in, almost broke him in half. It was a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for Super Chat. Ringo will be used as a safety. I wonder if they make that transition to him at some point. East Coast Gridiron. He knows. He studies. Mozzie Smith is trash. I have no idea why people are so high on him. It's because he wears that satanic star. If he didn't wear that cowboy star, he would be nothing. He would be nothing.
And East Coast isn't. He's not some regular fan. The East Coast covers every college player inside and out and through. So
Yeah. Sydney, he says Sydney does struggle against tight ends. Pause. That's because he's undersized. It would be a good free. He's a good free safety. Yeah, I could see that. I really wonder if they don't try to get Ringo and put in. I'll ask since East Coast is in here. We'll ask him. How about Ringo? I want to call him Johnny Ringo from Tombstone, but Keely Ringo. Is he going to be a better safety in this league than a corner? A lot of scouts and stuff that I read talked about him being a safety in this league. Curious his opinion.
his movement just looks really sluggish. Like he looks, I don't know. I guess his reaction, I don't know. It's his movement's just, I don't know. Maybe he's just not too equipped to be a corner right now. I don't know. I mean, like I said, he came back.
The touchdown pass, that happens. And I thought he came back and he had a nice, like I said, nice pass breakup. I just know that's what a lot of scouts have said, Ty Ghost says, man, I need Ian Book to sit down. I know. Ian Book, everybody. Oh, my God, dude. He was bad. He was bad. We got 746 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. I'm sure Joey will have post-game stuff tomorrow. I will, too. I want to go back and rewatch the game. Sometimes when you stream, you just miss so much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I need to do that. Keely Ringo is not physical enough to play safety. He's never been that way. He is the size, but maybe later in his career he'll transition. Gotcha. Well, they're keeping him at corner right now. Did you see anything from Greedy? I want to say he made one pass breakup, but I can't remember if it was him or not. But nothing that really stood out. Yeah, Miles Jack is 47, 37 is Ringo, 41 is Nicholas Morrow. Nothing to rewatch it. Yeah, but I'll rewatch it anyways. I usually go back and watch these things about 10, 12 times. I'll go, okay, I want to go watch Jalen Carter, and then I'll watch every snap. And then I'll go say, I want to watch this guy, and I'll watch every snap. And, I always do that. Plus, when you watch it with Baltimore, every time the play ended with the Baltimore announcers, it went to the Baltimore sideline. So whatever was going on with the Eagles, I couldn't see. Tim, thank you for super chat. He goes, we definitely have the best penetrators in the NFC East and quite possibly the NFL. I think you're right.
Hell yeah.
Redstone's, did he spike the ball with no time? Like Pick Scott throw 5 yards? Oh, you guys are fighting with Pick Scott. Dallas Cowboy. I don't understand these Cowboy fans. They're so delusional. That boy Q55. Philly, can I send you some artwork? Yeah, you can send me some artwork. Just send it to DM me. Either email it to me, yophilly500 at yahoo.com, or send it to DM on Twitter at yophilly500. That'll work. Dex is 500. Ringo is the bet as a beast. And also, what are your thoughts about the hair loss and about my hair loss or receding hairline? I don't know anything about your hair loss or receding hairline, but if my theory with hair loss, if you start to come out, just shave it. Unless you got like a triangle head or something, shave it. That's what I would do. I would rather shave and be bald than have any gray hair like I have. East Coast Grind says the only thing about Ringo is he doesn't use his hands like most good corners. Good things about that is he's really good cornerback like Slay, who can be super physical with AJ will abuse him in practice. Yeah, do you think that's something he can learn though? I mean, to me, using your hands and learning how to do that seems like something that can be taught, and developed.
True, I think so.
Yeah. The Cowboys game was so funny. They looked like they were getting killed. And I put on Mark Holmes' channel, and they were sitting there, and they looked like they knew Mozzie Smith had been garbage. And so they started talking about Jordan Davis. And I'm going, what are they talking about? Jordan Davis had nothing to do with. And they started talking about Jordan Davis didn't play a lot last year. It's like, oh my God, these guys they're horrible. And then you get Jalen Carter comes out, and he almost breaks Josh Johnson in half. And that was it for him, too. John says Eli Ricks is a sleeper. I hope he makes the team. I hope he makes the team too, man. I like the kid. I mean, he's got some size to him. He jumped that ball and then he made the other play. What I liked was he was talking crap to the receiver. I loved that.
Oh yeah.
You know. Beat plays. I'm going to keep 100. Marcus Mariota and Books are trash quarterbacks. Mariota couldn't. I mean, he missed a lot of passes. But I just don't see any way in which I think the Eagles want Mariota as a backup because if Mariota has to come in for a game or two, you don't have to completely change your offense because he's a good runner, you know. And I think Mariota, I think he could be a better passer than that. I believe somewhere he can, but you know, I mean. He wasn't good.
No,
he was not good.
It's shown in camp. It's shown a million times in camp that Mariota has just not been a great passer. Athletically, he's great. You know, you get first downs, but that's really it right now.
Yeah. I keep it at 100. Linebackers looked ass clown. The linebackers did not look good in my opinion. I have to agree. I didn't like the play from the linebackers. And, you know, and there was, I mean, you know, Nolan Smith, like a couple times, he overcommitted too. There was a couple things that, you know, and he's a rookie, so I'm not going to put, you know, I'm not going to kill him, but I don't know. I didn't like, Joey, I didn't like the linebacker play. I really didn't like it. It made me worried, you know. I mean, maybe they'll figure it out, but I wasn't too happy. And then they got through that kid, Ben Van Sutterton, whatever his name is, that kid is very athletic, very fast. I mean, you know, he's raw. Obviously, he needs the time to develop. He needs to be on your practice squad, you know. But
well, man, maybe with more time with Miles Jack. I don't know, with Miles Jack and Zach Cunningham or something. I don't know because you know Christian Ellis has been the talk of camp from OTAs to training camp. They, you know, obviously Nakobe Dean has an ankle injury. They bring in two guys, and like. Who they start in first team, I mean, we know we get excited about certain things, but are they really playing well? You know, it's not a great group. You know,
it's preseason, right? It's preseason week 1, preseason. We can't jump the gun. I don't want to jump the gun.
Right,
you know?
right.
But I'm just saying, based upon what we saw, if you just base it upon one game, it's like the same thing with Penny. I'm just saying, based upon one game preseason, I'm not making an overall, you know, judgment, but you know, they start out the game I think it was the first series. The Ravens run a screen to the running back, and Ellis comes flying in, and he has nobody blocking him. I mean, he read the play, he saw it coming. He's very fast, and he should have blown it up, and he just flat out missed the tackle. And I'm like, right. Oh my God, you can't do that, you know. I actually thought Morrow played better than everybody else, to be honest with you. Yeah, that Van Sutterton kid, you know, he looked lost. I'd say the first series or two in the second half when he came in, he kind of looked like a deer in headlights. But I thought he kind of settled in and started to at least flash some athleticism, you know. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but I really think like I feel like we need to have Nakobe Dean in there for us to judge anything on what we got, you know. And you got to give Miles Jack and those guys time too, you know.
Yeah, true. I get it.
Mr. Rudy Poo says Morrow was really good. Yeah, Morrow was. Morrow was really good. Clark says 500. You need to look at Eli Ricks highlights on YouTube. Kid was rated #1 at corner. I don't know how he went undrafted then. I wonder. He looked great. I mean, Eli Ricks was awesome. You know, like, you know, I would put him as one of my standouts this game, you know. Yeah, Greg Ward was really good. Greg Ward was like, you forgot all about Greg Ward, and boom, here comes Greg Ward making plays. But you know what I don't understand is why is he the backup punt returner? Like you know what Greg Ward gives you in a punt return game? He's a fair catch or 5 yards. That's it. You're gonna get 5 yards or a fair catch. Like, where's Devin Allen? Like, put Devin Allen
because Michael Clay has had Ward as his punt returner before. Michael Clay is I don't know. Michael Clay doesn't change his ways. He's.
Well, I get it. Greg Ward he's you can trust him. He's not gonna muff the punt or anything, but he doesn't give I don't know. Put Devin Allen in there or something. Like, let me see what these guys can do. That's how I feel about it. Linda says Harold Williams didn't say he was Mike Singletary. I said he was the same exact size as him. So, I missed the other earlier comment. Yo, Philly, what were your thoughts on Nolan Smith? I thought Nolan Smith, and like I said, I need to go back and watch every snap he takes, because it's hard when you're streaming and look at the stream and stuff. You miss a lot of stuff, but there were a couple plays where he looked like he got close to getting a sack. He at least got a quarterback carry. And there's one time I'm convinced that if the guy there was a hands to the face and he was coming around that edge, and if he don't get the hands in the face, I think he gets a sack. And then there were other times I thought on the run game where he just he overcommitted and it left that whole side open, and they had big gains in it. Yeah. So I think it was up and down for him, John says, why do they let Devin Allen return kicks? That's the question of questions, my friend. I don't know, but I don't.
Why is he here? Why is he even here? I don't even see how
he's going to make the team. Even Covey, I don't think Covey was out there as a wide receiver the whole game. If you're going to use him in the punt return, he's going to be your punt returner. Don't you want him to have the ability to go in at wide receiver if you need him to? I don't know.
Is it deserving for a roster spot to just play special teams and not get a chance at wide receiver? I think it's a kind of a waste.
I don't think they have a choice. There's nobody. They don't have. Excuse me. They don't have anybody. I guess Ball Scott. That's it. I don't know. Trey Sermon doing kickoff returns. I don't understand. I guess it's preseason. These guys are all returning kicks. In the regular season, just fair catch it. The ball's kicked at the 1 yard line. Fair catch it. What's the point? I hate that rule. Montez at 500. He was projected to be the number one corner coming out of the draft. It's just when the transfer to Alabama, he got hurt and it slowed him up badly. Yeah, that's crazy. You're going number one corner to not even drafted. It's crazy. Listen, It's a steal for us. I'm rooting for the kid. I want Eli Ricks to make it, man, and I think he's gonna.
Hope so.
He was great. Covey was hurt. Oh, was he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they said that Quez and Covey had hamstring injuries.
Well, that's probably why Oz didn't play then either, because he'd be your third wide receiver if Quez is out. Nate says, I think the offense line's good with backups. Stahl did good. Yeah, I think they'll be fine. I don't worry about I don't worry about the offensive line so much because of Stoutland. He'll figure out. He'll get everything straight that needs to get straight. I will say this. I want to talk about the tight end. Did you get to see the tight ends at all? Obviously Goddard didn't play.
Well, Calcaterra was wide open, and
Calcaterra was wide open. He missed him. He caught another one. But dude, that was it. The Arnold dude, Dan Arnold.
Dan Arnold, yeah.
He catches a ball over the middle. He could not run. He has 2 left feet. He's so slow. He couldn't pick up 3 yards.
He's got Minshew syndrome.
I know. People are like, why is he buried on the depth chart? That's what he can't run. He can't run. I was hoping to see something from Tyree Jackson. We saw nothing. But I think right now, Stoll and Calcaterra, your other 2 tight ends. And I don't even think it's close. I don't think the other guys will be there, man.
No.
Joey says, Sippos had 37.5 average punt. Zentner had a 46-yard punt, but Elliott missed the field goal with Zentner holding. Made the other 2 with Sippos holding for what that's worth. Yeah, I guess, that's the first time Zentner held for him. So, I think that's something you can work out. But man, Sippos, I don't know. I would like to see an upgrade.
I think having a different holder, I think that was definitely a huge change. He's not holding the ball the way he likes to, I guess for the placeholder position. I think it's a huge difference. I do. If there's, it seems like it's like a small little thing not to worry about, but
I wouldn't
one guy. So
I wouldn't say don't worry about it. I would say that it's something I think you probably can figure out.
Yeah.
Figure it out, I would hope. Jonas says Swift made a move, and even though it was just one carry, I feel Brian Westbrook 2 points. Dude, that move, and then to go left, and the way he exploded and gained yard, man, it was just like boom. They got him out of the game so fast. They're like, they didn't need to see nothing else from him. I'm telling you, he shot up the depth chart with that one play. I mean, I think he's the best running back on the team. I think that by the time the season starts, he'll be number one guy.
Gotta be.
Yeah. Ian Book looks like Chase Daniels. That's who he reminds me of. Eli Ricks was good. I agree. Gainwell running back 1. Not after tonight. Not for long.
Definitely not.
I wanted Dean on the field. He should have been on the side. I don't know why Dean didn't even dress. I mean, I know he was hurt, but I mean, I thought he came back. I think Dean needs snaps. Like, he needs to play. He needs snaps.
Nick doesn't value starting players for preseason. He just doesn't value it. There's 2 Monday and Tuesday with the joint practices. That's what he's looking at right now. Dean will play a lot at joint practices, but Nick doesn't care about the preseason when it comes to the starters. Just not as much. So
yeah, that's true. Dex says 500. Do you think back in 2017, if Carson had more hair and didn't suffer for hair loss, do you think he would have gotten MVP? I think if Carson Wentz didn't have Woogie syndrome, he would have. You know what I mean with Woogie syndrome? Well, Joey doesn't know because he doesn't watch something about marriage, so we can't talk about that.
Yeah, no.
But I think it's Woogie syndrome. Not that he's going to ever watch it. Let's see. I thought we were going to see Reed Sinnett with the comparison with Book. To me, it reminded me of Chase Daniels, dude. That's who I saw, Chase Daniels. I was having Chase Daniels flashbacks with him. And then McKee, I felt like it reminded me of Nick Foles' first preseason game. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Jonas says, I heard the main reason Eli Ricks wasn't drafted wasn't because of his 40 time, but they feel his hip work and his personality isn't ideal. I don't know. He looked good. I love the way he was talking, man. I thought it was great. Tanner McFoles. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Tim says, my son will be a dual threat player, punter and kicker, which provides an extra roster spot. That would provide an extra roster spot. That's smart. Eli Ricks is breaking up them passes. He is, man. It was great. Book got cut by Saints. Enough said how he must have been drunk. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you have to sign. So you go in with 4 quarterbacks for camp. That's what you do because you need 4 guys. So you're always gonna have that guy every preseason that can't throw the ball. It's just what happens every year. Yep.
Entice says, Sidney Brown played. I thought he played pretty good. I thought he was pretty good. He was a heat-seeking missile out there. I thought he was good. I actually thought Kevon Wallace was good too.
Yeah.
I know I said that earlier. I thought Kevon Wallace had a good game. So those guys did play, yeah. Ian Book's gotta go. I want to see Sidney Brown and Reed start. Edmonds can be backup. Sidney Brown's obviously he's got to climb the depth chart though. I mean, he was out there in the 4th quarter. So he's not up that high on the depth chart to get first team.
Yeah, he played really late, didn't he? He played pretty late.
He played late in the 4th quarter. The 4th quarter. He came in. I want to say he came in the second half, but he played that whole half.
Mm.
The God Box says Penny ran good. No way Sermon wasn't better. Look at it. Yeah, I will look at it again. I mean, like I said, you miss a lot sometimes, but I don't know. I didn't. Penny didn't impress me that much. I thought to be honest with you, I mean, after what DeAndre Swift did, they had a lot to live up to. How long have they been active at the practice? Wait, what? How long they've been active at practice is a question. Alan Dean.
Not
Oh,
long.
no. I mean, Allen just got cleared, right? Like
A day or
earlier
two
in the
ago.
week, and Dean too, yeah. But Allen wasn't. Allen was like non. It was, I forget what it was called. Physical, unable to perform. It
The
wasn't
pup
like it was
list.
a
Yeah.
pup. It wasn't pup. It wasn't called the pup. It was like it was non-football related. So he just came back. Big Chris has a question for you, Joey. I'm not going to read the question, but I'll put it up here for you to read.
I'm why? Because I'm rocking in my chair. God, anything I do doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
They were because Carter will win Defensive Rookie of the Year. He might. Book or McStink? Who's better? McStink. McStink is 3,500. What did Howie Roseman pass on 22 draft first round 2 times? What quarterback did Howie pass on in the 2022? Are you trying to talk about the Pittsburgh quarterback?
Oh,
is that what you're talking about?
Pickett.
You're talking about Pickett? Who cares? He stinks. Who's worse, Ian Book or Clayton Thorson?
That's a tough one.
Ian Book. Everybody's worse. Nobody's right now. Ian Book is the worst out of any quarterback I've ever seen. Yeah, non-football injury. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we know Kenny Pickett. Matt Corral's in Carolina, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think I've ever said anything bad about Pickett. I don't dislike him. I just didn't want him over Jalen Hurts.
Right.
You know? What do you think about second half offensive line? Yeah, it wasn't good. I don't think they look good. No, I agree.
It's expected though.
Yeah, listen, they showed the one time they showed the sideline of the Eagles. Stoutland was yelling. He was not happy, dude. So
you're looking at guys that are going to come in for like one player, not I mean you have an inexperienced set of offensive linemen in the second half, or guys that aren't really that good. Playing as one unit, so it's going to affect your offense. It's going to affect your protection. There's no doubt about it. So I wouldn't take too much out of it. They're just looking specifically for certain. I thought Tyler Steen had an up and down. I thought Tyler Steen was immovable at some points. I thought he played pretty good as well. So,
yeah. Jalen Carter, DeAndre showed up. They did. I mean, I saw enough of those guys in one play. I needed to pull them out of the game. And I see somebody. Where did it see here? Did Jordan? Yeah, Jordan Davis played like. I think he only played a couple snaps. I don't think he played much, and he was out too. But I thought what Jalen Carter did and DeAndre Swift was like, get them out of the game. I've seen enough. Most teams have 2 bad second and third string offensive line. That's why preseason games stink, because there isn't much offense in the late in the game. Well, yeah, and the thing is people forget when you get in the fourth quarter like that. Most of those guys won't even be on the roster. They're not going to be a roster. They're going to be on practice squad. A lot of those guys aren't even going to play. So, I mean, I think people get way too caught up in like, we're not doing anything in the fourth quarter of preseason. Growing up, it used to be back in the day, and not so much now because they don't play their starters anymore. But the thought used to be like, you judge a preseason game by the first half. Because the first half is when you play your starters, and then the second half you don't really see them, especially in the third game. When they used to have the dress rehearsal game, and the starters would play the first half, but now they don't do that. So, Jono Davis super chat. He goes, Joey, just watch Night of the Creeps, and you will feel better. I will get you a Night of the Creep shirt, assuming it's your favorite movie ever.
I know it's in 1986, that film. I never watched it though. I heard it's really good though.
Yeah, I never seen it. Ojomo's better than Mozzie Smith, absolutely.
God.
Swabby says our final 53 will be fire. Only weak spots are linebackers and safeties. I have some hope in the safeties after tonight. Like, I have some hope in the safeties. Linebackers, I need to see Dean out there. Oh, man. I have never seen that movie. Jalen looks like he didn't even want to be there, laugh out loud. I'm sure he probably wanted to play, but it is what it is. Joey watching movies. Has he watched something? No, he's not watched something about marriage.
I'm a horror dude. I watch everything horror. That's what I do.
Horror. Joey lives in horror. It's all about horror. 500 don't watch horror that much. Although I did watch. What the heck did I watch? What was it called again? Nefarious. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. You all do know the Eagles going to show all their plays? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Neither is any team. 500. What will you say or do if Pickett has a better NFL career than Hurts? Congratulations. I mean, I've never gone after Pickett. You acted like I trashed your dog Pickett. Like, I never trashed the guy. I don't know what the Pickett stuff comes from. Like, I never had any problem with Pickett. Just didn't want to draft him. Dank says if Lamar wasn't playing and Jalen wasn't playing, that was pretty obvious. I guess so, yeah. So do you think Jalen Hurts plays next week? Like at least a series? Like you're going to play him at least a series?
Unless they get enough from him during.
They don't play. They have practice next week, right? They have practices with what's their face next week, right?
Browns Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, and it's like late practices too. It's like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night on the East Coast.
Because if they get enough from Jalen Hurts from those joint practices, they might not even play him. They might not.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Having sound issues.
Hello. That's why I hate AirPods.
What's that?
That's what happens. That's why I hate AirPods. I use them, but that's why I hate them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. My AirPods are going. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. 500, I think we should make a trade of safety, but how would bring in your opinion? I think the guy would be Jeremy Chin. That would be the guy I would look for if I was the Eagles, Jeremy Chin.
I mean, safety's not even like a huge priority for me right now. That linebacker spot is just a mess right now, or just not enough time. One or the other.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I guess we're 53 minutes in. My AirPods are dying on me. So, I mean, is there anything else we want to talk about before?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I mean, we went through one preseason game now. I mean, I think we saw some good, some bad. Some players that really surprised us too. So, I mean, I think there's some good things to take out of it, and see how these joint practices go, and then what leads to probably not a lot of starters playing next week.
Right. Well, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see though. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Well, yeah, I guess that's it, guys. My AirPods are dying. Everything's dying out here. So I was using them to stream the game. So I got TV now. I can actually hear. It's about to go out. So yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, I'll have videos out tomorrow. I'm sure you'll have videos out tomorrow. We have a lot to talk about, and then we get ready for week 2 of the preseason.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Did we cover Bradley? It was a horrible injury. but they didn't show it. So, we hope he's okay, but I don't really know much about it because they didn't talk about it on the stream we were watching. Because it's all Baltimore. So, right knee. That's a shame.
So.
That's a shame. That's a shame. Oh, we'll hate to see anybody get hurt. So, we'll pray for him.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to let you guys go. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. We had almost 1,000 people in the chat at one point. You guys are awesome. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you subscribe both channels. And, we'll be back next week for more. With that said, you guys have a great night. And you guys take care. And we will see you later.
Peace out.
Not time for one more play. We had one more.
Yo, you gotta be motherfucking kidding
You gotta
me.
be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What you doing?
running from
What you doing?
To get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Kellen Moore, he's got to be better, man. He wasn't.
Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more
We
play.
had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us.
Way, but, this is just
The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed
it
us.
is, man.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
You
The
literally.
brother screwed us. The brother screwed us.
It's going to end.